I've really only been practicing the art of homemaking for a little over 2 years now. I've learned a lot, and while I'm still practicing a few of the points that I'll mention today, I wanted to share some of the things I've been learning as a late blooming mama and homemaker. The first and biggest thing I've learned since homemaking full-time is inventory management. This is the concept that all the items in your house are inventory that you have to manage. From the back stock of Q-tips in your bathroom, to your 25 pairs of socks, to the protein pancake mix you opened and used once. I found that if I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed with basic household tasks or it takes forever, my inventory is too high. Time to do an audit and see what can be moved out and simplified. Once the inventory is lower, other processes become more approachable. The next biggest process that became accessible to me after lowering my inventory was meal planning. Historically, I have never been able to create or stick with a meal plan. When I was still in the workplace, I would get really ambitious about meal plans with grand designs for elaborate breakfasts and work lunches, and somehow still elaborate dinners after a full day out of the house. Inevitably, I would get Starbucks for breakfast on my way to work and eat whatever fast food was near me on lunch break because I just couldn't hit those unrealistic expectations. I plan to do a video on my current meal planning routine, but I mostly only plan dinners now. The longer you shop for what you're actually going to cook that week and account for what's already in your pantry, the more money you save and the less food you waste. You'll find the excess packs of sauces or grains that have built up in your pantry begin to get used up, and you can pretty quickly come up with a meal based on ingredients you know you have on hand. I think the next major point for me has been learning to do what I call the little work. This is doing the small, consistent work of homemaking instead of letting it build up to be a large, overwhelming work. In my experience, this must come after the first lesson of inventory. When your inventory is too high, there is no little work. It is always big work. So as an example of little work, it is washing the knife when I'm finished with it and putting it back in the drawer instead of setting it in the sink and then having 6 knives that have to be washed all at once and none available to use. Doing dishes daily or laundry daily instead of having my entire Saturday filled up with cleaning the kitchen and doing 5 loads of laundry. One of the newest lessons that has changed how I run my home is scheduled admin time. This also comes from Dawn over at The Minimal Mom. She recommends a weekly business meeting to go over any bills that are coming up, events or appointments on the calendar for the next week, and addressing any tasks that need to happen. I use a digital checklist for all of the things in my brain and then pull out what's most important for that week to discuss in the meeting. I can then, from that list, add the top 3 most important items to my daily calendar to be done on the appropriate day. This allows me the freedom to focus on literally anything else because my brain isn't grasping at, wait, what was that thing I was supposed to do? I can trust that I've already captured that information. It will be or has been discussed and is already scheduled somewhere I see it, so it will get done. Sometimes I even use reminders or alarm clocks on my phone so that at 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning, I can remember I have to call this doctor. The last thing isn't a task as much as it is a perspective. Just trust the rhythm. I have found that the longer I reduce inventory, plan my meals and groceries, and do the little work, it all begins to take a shape and gains its own momentum. I absolutely do not always have motivation, but I do usually have momentum. It feels really nice when I catch that rhythm and know things are getting done. I didn't know what that looked like even a year ago. It's really taken shape in the last couple of months for me. I plan on making videos to further go into each of these points, so if you're interested, please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy you're here, and I'll see you again soon.